tonight at the Democratic National Convention. Ana Navarro.
Most certainly not a white male.
You are not a white male, as you correctly point
Latina
out.
firebrand is
Thank
what
you for
I
that
call
fact check.
you.
But
By the way, the term, I think the correct political term is white dude. I told Mark Preston
dude.
today he's doing this all wrong.
if I can speak a behalf on it, we'll answer to anything. But Anna, you say you're not a white dude, a white male. One thing you were for a long time is a Republican. I mean, I met you. You were working for Jeb Bush and Mitt Romney and John McCain. Like, you're running the show here tonight at the convention. What does that say?
Look, yesterday when Joe Biden was speaking and he had that moment, I love my job, but I love my country more. And I think people need to heed those words. We need to love our country more. So for me, when Donald Trump became the nominee, when Donald Trump, it was clear he was going to win, that was it for me. I didn't need to see him for 4 years. I saw him come down an escalator and I knew exactly who he was. I remembered Maya Angelou's words. When they show you who they are, believe them the first time. Yeah. And I did. And so, this is a guy who went against the disabled, who went against immigrants, who went against Mexicans, who went against women. We heard him on tape boast about sexual assault. How was that not the end of Donald Trump with a party that claims to be about family values? We saw him mock a disabled person. I have a disabled brother. How was that not the end of Donald Trump with the Republican Party, supposedly about Christian values? So I broke with Donald Trump. I broke with the Republican Party, the Trump Party, way back then, and haven't looked back. And frankly, I did all I could to get Joe Biden elected. Joe Biden is a man I've known for over 20-some years. I was so glad to see him get his flowers yesterday. And I am incredibly excited, elated to help my girl Kamala accept a nomination here today. I've known her for about 7 years, and she's my friend. And I am thrilled to see that America is getting to see the Kamala Harris I have known. Because I think for a couple of years there, they tried to define her as what she's not. And I'm loving seeing this optimism, this hope, this joy, laughter, things you don't see in a Republican convention. I'm struck by the contrast, right? You go to the Republican convention and it's gloom and doom and fear and distress and division. This is a party. This is a celebration of democracy. This is channeling optimism. I am beyond myself to have this role today because I'm a little refugee girl who fled communism in Nicaragua. I just wish my mom was here to see it.
Wow. You're getting emotional. This has been an emotional time for a lot of people watching this.
Yeah.
Immigration is very much on people's minds. How does Kamala Harris deal with this particular issue? Should she address it here? Because it is such a big issue. The economy and immigration, time and again in polling, is something that people talk about, and they're worried about it.
Look, Kamala Harris, first of all, was not the border czar, right? That's a misnomer that Republicans have tried to put on her. I think she needs to talk about the complexity of the immigration issue. It is not a problem that was created in 1 year or 4 years. It's been decades in the making. And I think she needs to turn it around and put a lot of blame on Donald Trump. We had an immigration deal. And it was Donald Trump picking up the phone and calling senators and telling them not to vote for that deal because it would help Joe Biden, who was the nominee at the time, and hurt him, is what put the kibosh on that deal. So hold them accountable for what they've done, which is continue using the immigration issue for political fodder. Shame on them, because we need a solution.
So you said you left Donald Trump long ago in the Republican Party as well, but I think you probably still...
I'm still a registered Republican.
So you still speak Republican, right? So I am curious, for the remaining 3 days of the Democratic convention, if there are things you think that the Democrats should avoid, or if there's a certain way that they should speak to Republican or independent voters out there.
You know what? Don't overthink it. People need to speak from the heart. I think the reason that this campaign has captured lightning in a bottle in the last 4 weeks, it's because it's been organic, because it's been authentic, because it's been joyful. People want to join because you want to be part of the excitement. You want to be part of the party. You want to be part of the happiness, right? And enthusiasm is contagious. So forget the focus groups. Forget overthinking it. Just be real. Talk from the heart. There's enough to say, and have fun doing it. Have fun doing it. What this campaign has shown in the last 4 weeks is that you can win, you can make progress, and you can do it while still having fun and being authentic. That's what I would say to Democrats and anybody listening.
I just want to know the phone call that came. Like, how did this happen? That you are now run of show. You're the lady in charge pushing this through. How did that happen?
I'm not sure I'm in charge of much, but believe me, there's a lot of people in charge of me. But I got a phone call asking me, reminding me of what it had been like 4 years ago. 4 years ago, the 4 hosts had been my friend, my sister, mi hermana, Eva Longoria, Tracy Ellis Ross, Kerry Washington, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. And so they asked me if I would do it this year. And remember 4 years ago, it was virtual.
Right.
And
it was
so
painful for everyone. Just the virtual everything of it was just hard.
And I actually, got a call about this when it was still Joe Biden. And I love Joe Biden. And
Did you accept?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, I mean, I've had this clear from the get-go. I've had this clear from 2016. My purpose is to make sure that Donald Trump does not get anywhere near the White House.